part of me keeps thinking that I need to be giving you these vigorous kinds of ways to move and breathe, the asana stuff that's so much fun to play with, and the integration of the systems and so on. And I do want to, but I think, feel more inclined as I'm here in this place, basically alone. There's almost nobody here, in the Adirondacks on this lake. I feel inclined to offer more of the what I consider to be the underpinnings of embodied yoga. Because it's yoga, it's always about consciousness for me, and probably for you. It's about consciousness. We come to yoga because we are confused, we don't get it somehow, and we hear, we see, we feel that our practice can help us in that. So, one of the fundamentals that for me has given me this incredible map to work from, and that I teach to you, although I don't explain it in great depth, is the model of the elements, and not just the elements, which would include at the core non element awareness, unmanifest. Awareness starts to individuate just the tiniest bit. We can call it consciousness. Air. So we see you're going from the least dense into the more dense, into fire, water, and earth, right? So the point of these, in terms of coming into this embodied state where we accept and we move with, and all of that, the undulatings of the ruthlessness of nature and the power of nature and the gifts of nature, all great. But in terms of the understanding of the consciousness that pervades it, it feels like we have to go not just into the elements, but into the subtle uh, consciousness, the subtle, in this case, senses that are offered in each one of these elements. So it's not just, if we say touch, for example, which relates to the element of air, inner touch, yes. But it's not just that, it's also the capacity to notice touch, what we could call the seed of touch. So the seed of touch, for example, using it, it's a good example, using the process of noticing touch. Oh, what goes with touch? It relates to the air, it relates to the heart. Oh my gosh. Is there love in touch? Might love be close to the very nature of that sense? And then what also underlies that? What is the seed of this element? Before, of this element and of this sense, what is the seed of it that comes into manifest form, that becomes part of who we are? And then the question, can we experience it directly? So each of the senses has the seed of the sense underneath it. It's not yet doing it, but it has the potentiality, the possibility, the radiance of potentiality there. So when we talk about embodying the body, we're talking we're talking about coming into layer upon layer of depth of experience that takes us into less dense, the less dense, into the eventually the vast amounts of space inherent in the Ananda Maya kosha, where the element of space relates to the quality of at homeness, a feeling of being at home that is above and beyond any more gross aspect of home, I'm at home on the planet. Yes, great. And where else are you at home? And is it manifesting inside of you? So the processes of inquiry are the processes that take us deep through the elements, the senses that relate to the elements, the qualities of experience that mix with our individuality and relate to the elements, and even all the way to their very source where they're manifesting now within every single bright little cell and underneath and supportive of every single vritti, every fluctuation of the mind has underneath it this core sense. So one of the ways we do it, one of the wonderful tools is going right away, right into the individual cell, the first cell that was you, your first cell, the time, the place where the egg and the sperm had whatever their magnetic attraction to one another was, the egg of you, the sitting, waiting, timeless, ever egg. And then sperm, the sperm, coming. There are many of them. They're all differentiated. They're on a path. They're after the grail, basically. The egg waits, and the sperm go down, and they go on the edge of the egg, and they're super vital and ready and wanting to do their thing, right? And the egg eventually says, okay, you. And the sperm is invited in. And the potentiality of creation, the potentiality of you, is there. The radiance that wraps the sperm here, the sperm, the egg and the sperm, the radiance is you. Your potentiality, right there. And then what happens? After a good long waiting time where sperm and egg are whatever it is they're doing in there, whatever it is they're doing, good long time, like 23 hours, I believe they sit there. And then they start to divide and they go, building the form. On and on. Individual, universal, never changes, always individual, always universal, and yet there's that task, the task that we share in practicing yoga, the task of noticing. It's fun, it's hard, it's rich, it's sad, it's big, it rises, it falls, it breathes, it relates. Ah, yeah, huh, right? All of it. So, always, always, always underneath the differentiation, the articulation, the specifics of this form. Thoughts are form, by the way. It's all form. Feelings are form. Under the specifics of it, always at the source, is this radiant quietude, presence. So let's do it together. Let's do it together. Um, that's it. That's it for now. Lots to do. We'll do cellular breathing. We'll do lots of stuff. We'll do how does this cell, this big cell, what if you're just this one cell? What if you are that? What does that feel like when you have this membrane, your skin that wraps this cell? What does it offer you? Right? To me, it offers a much richer and more full experience of my humanity, um, and a window, an actual window into the radiance that has manifested it and continues to manifest through it. So that's the offering. And thank you. Join me again anytime. Gratitude to